اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم وأكرم نزلهم ووسع مدخلهم واغسلهم بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقهم من الذنوب والخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس وجازهم بالحسنات إحسانا وبالسيئات عفوا وغفرانا حتى يكونوا في بطون الألحاد مطمئنين وعند قيام الأشهاد آمنين وإلى أعلى جناتك سابقين. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم وأكرم نزلهم ووسع مدخلهم واغسلهم بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقهم من الذنوب والخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس وجازهم بالحسنات إحسانا وبالسيئات عفوا وغفرانا حتى يكونوا في بطون الألحاد مطمئنين وعند قيام الأشهاد آمنين وإلى أعلى جناتك سابقين. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم وأكرم نزلهم ووسع مدخلهم واغسلهم بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقهم من الذنوب والخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس وجازهم بالحسنات إحسانا وبالسيئات عفوا وغفرانا حتى يكونوا في بطون الألحاد مطمئنين وعند قيام الأشهاد. الأشهاد آمنين وإلى أعلى جناتك سابقين. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم وأكرم نزلهم ووسع مدخلهم واغسلهم بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقهم من الذنوب والخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس وجازهم بالحسنات إحسانا وبالسيئات عفوا وغفرانا حتى يكونوا في بطون الألحاد مطمئنين وعند قيام الأشهاد آمنين وإلى أعلى جناتك سابقين. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم وأكرم نزلهم ووسع مدخلهم واغسلهم بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقهم من الذنوب والخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس وجازهم بالحسنات إحسانا وبالسيئات عفوا وغفرانا حتى يكونوا في بطون الألحاد مطمئنين وعند قيام الأشهاد آمنين وإلى أعلى جناتك سابقين. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم وأكرم نزلهم ووسع مدخلهم واغسلهم بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقهم من الذنوب والخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس وجازهم بالحسنات إحسانا وبالسيئات عفوا وغفرانا حتى يكونوا في بطون الألحاد مطمئنين وعند قيام الأشهاد آمنين وإلى أعلى جناتك سابقين. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم وأكرم نزلهم ووسع مدخلهم واغسلهم بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقهم من الذنوب والخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس وجازهم بالحسنات إحسانا وبالسيئات عفوا وغفرانا حتى يكونوا في بطون الألحاد مطمئنين وعند قيام الأشهاد آمنين وإلى أعلى جناتك سابقين. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم وأكرم نزلهم ووسع مدخلهم واغسلهم بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقهم من الذنوب والخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس وجازهم بالحسنات إحسانا وبالسيئات عفوا وغفرانا حتى يكونوا في بطون الألحاد مطمئنين وعند قيام الأشهاد آمنين وإلى أعلى جناتك سابقين. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم وأكرم نزلهم ووسع مدخلهم واغسلهم بالماء والثلج.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shirley. I'm going to do the Quranic recitation of the Surah Fatiha. Then after that we'll have a few speeches and then we read the Janaza. So I'm going to do the opening prayer. The opening prayer. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. صدق الله العظيم. آمين.
Just as Uncle Fareed said, we're going to have some family members come up and say a few words, and we'll start off with Andy.
Hi, good morning. For those who don't know me, I'm Andy Balgovan, who lives upstairs from Shirley. I've known Shirley for about 25 years. Shirley would say I was the son she always wanted. I would say she was my mother away from home. I can tell you so many stories about her, but then we will be here all day. But I'll just touch on some of the good memories. One of the fondest memories with her was the year she got a green card. It so happened it came on my birthday, and I was the one who collected it and handed it to her. She was so happy, she was jumping up and so excited for this new chapter in her life. Another one I remember is when she and my father won the first corridor in New York. The boy after that, nobody could tell she can't go. As every mother and son, we would have our little disagreements, but we would always find a way back within 5 minutes. We had this connection that if I didn't get a phone call from her every 2 days, I know something is wrong. I would find myself calling her, asking her, what happened now? I ain't hearing from you. So she was so stubborn at times that she would have to go by the doctor. And if she hears my van start, she would come out and be looking around. But I know that was her way of asking me for a drug. She was a wonderful person when you truly get to know her, to know how to get around it. She would boil down like bhaji. She was strong-willed and had a good heart for people that she cared about. I was shocked when I learned she didn't come back from the hospital that night, as I saw her get into the ambulance. Because I know she was always a fighter. Chills, what does he? Rest in peace, no more pain.
Assalamu alaikum, Sitaram, good morning, family, friends, and well wishers. For those of you who may not know me, I'm Wahida. I'm the younger daughter of Shirley. My elder sister Na's name is also present here today, as we say farewell to our loving mother. We also have many family members who could not be here today, like my father Mahmoud, who is ill and unable to come. I would like to thank you all for being here in person as well as participating in our live feed to honor the life and legacy of the one Shirley Ghatisingh. Do spare me a little bit of your time whilst I try to do so. If I had to choose one word to describe my mother, the word I would choose would be strength. As most of you would know, in the later part of her life, my mother suffered some major health complications. These health challenges only served to fuel the inner drive of my mother, who accomplished almost everything that she set out to do. She was driven, brave, assertive, smart, and oh, she was quick on her feet. Ma was resourceful. Looking at her life's accomplishments, especially knowing the hurdles and challenges she took on to reach here, my family and I can only be extremely proud of her. Being here in New York for this very blue occasion, I was able to meet people and witness the love and concern for my mom. She had built a strong community of friends who all shared a love for her. Their feedback was quite consistent. Topics such as her bubbly and vibrant personality came up. She was famous for her quick wits and snappy comebacks. Boy, did she have chats. It amazes me how my mother had created another family here. Her love for others led us to have a lot of proverbial adopted kids who she looked after in her own special way. I actually feel very comforted that she was embraced and loved for who she was. And for this I say a heartfelt thank you to each of you. It would be remiss of me if I didn't say this. You would have definitely known if you were part of my ma's inner circle, if she shared her love language with you. This was not a traditional love language, but it incorporated gifts, giving, and acts of service. It was food. Almost everyone who called or came mentioned that she would often offer them food she cooked, sweets, or even coffee. Neighbors even said she would hang her lovely delicacies on their fences if they were unable to come over. For me, I always looked forward to my mom's cooking. Her food was my solace and my comfort. It was the truest and simplest form of love, and I ate it up literally and figuratively. Every time my mom cooked, it wasn't just any meal to me, it was as if it was food from the gods. I savored every morsel and got emotional every time I ate. Believe me when I say that lady had a sweet hand, and if you ever tried her food, you would know that you were blessed. Besides her love for cooking, Ma loved her grandchildren, Rihan and Lexi. These two children lit up her world and gave her a reason to live. Rihan, her first grandson, was her prince, and she had a unique love for him. There was nothing too hard or too much to do, or give Ray, as he was fondly called. She was his greatest champion, and her love for him knew no bounds. Now I'm going to share with you some of my personal thoughts of my mother with you all. Just to offer a little background, my mom and I met on Tuesday, 26 January in 1982. I don't remember seeing her, but I certainly remember feeling her presence and bonding with her as a baby. She has always made me feel safe, wanted, protected, and loved. There was an unmistakable bond between us that spanned distance and time. She would always know when something is bothering me or if I was sick. Even from here, there were days when we would be sick together without even knowing it. My mother would always be amazed by our bond. She could think of something without vocalizing to me, and then I'll either buy, bring, or suggest the same without indication. And she would be absolutely blown away, always with that animated reaction that she alone could put down. When I was a child, I was very much aware of the struggles that my parents faced. I may not have known details, but all I remember is seeing the pain in both my parents' faces. As you know, stress is not something a person can hide. I remember thinking to myself, I didn't like seeing them like that. and I would do all in my power to help. Taking care of my parents is a job that has taken precedent in my life. I take my role of daughter very seriously. This personal mission took on a life of its own in the last few years. I know that my mother came to terms with a lot. I was very open to the notion of being on borrowed time. She would always tell me she was living for us, and I'll tell her, no ma, you have to live for you. She would cry and tell me she would pray every day for my happiness and safety and security, that she worries about me. The last thing she wanted to do is teach me a particular prayer to which she never got a chance to. It was like she was preparing me to be on my own now. If I had paid attention when playing back the events of the last few days leading up to my mom's passing, there were so many signs of what was to come. It seemed as if her last trip to Trinidad was more like tying up loose ends. She was subconsciously making peace with everything that bothered her, and she had been closing chapters. I remember when Mom got sick in Trinidad, I expressed to my friend Risa that when I was younger, I wanted independence. I didn't need her. I felt as if I was capable of handling my own life and wanted to do it alone. But as I got older, I realized that not only did I want my mother in my life, I needed her. Within the last couple of months, my mom and I got closer and our bond got stronger than ever. However, unlike the movies, in reality the transition to the afterlife is not the most graceful. We are mere mortals. As weak as our strongest self, we are not superhuman or invincible. We are not without flaws in some way. I've accepted the facts of life and death a long time ago. But it doesn't mean I'm not crushed. Doesn't mean that my already broken heart has not shattered again. Ma, I'm not as strong as you. And I'm not ready to be just yet. I feel vulnerable. That protective mother's shield that shrouded me has disappeared. Ma, you've accepted my life where I haven't been able to bless you with kids of my own. You have been kind enough to love my dogs and call them your granddogs. I'm going to miss your special sick soup when I'm not well. I'm going to miss your support in my new endeavors. And I'm going to miss the stories that kept my grandfather's spirit alive. I'm going to miss your love and your blessing. I love you, Ma. I love you to the moon and back. Thank you.
I bid you Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Jai Sitaram, and a beautiful, pleasant, and blessed morning, even though it's a sad one. I am Nazneen, the eldest daughter of our dearly departed soul, Miss Shirley Ghatisingh. We are here today to honor her presence and impact she had in our lives, and to say our final goodbyes. I have a few words I would like to share to honor her on behalf of a few family members who couldn't be here in person today. From Lexi, her 9-year-old granddaughter, she would like to say, Dearest Nanny, you were an exciting yet calming presence in my life. You may have passed on, but your memories will always live on within me. Thank you for your sacrifices, your care and concern, your love, and everything that you have done for me. Wherever you are, I know you are in a much better place. I will be forever grateful and thankful that you are my grandmother. Nanny, I will miss your home house most of all. From Rayhan, his 16-year-old grandson, who shall now read a poem.
For my grandmother, I have memories that make me smile, of a young child who longed to be by the side of a grandmother so adored. The child I speak of was me. You was a grandmother that filled me with love, who had such a wonderful way, and time spent with you was a special gift. Each day was a magical day. I can recall all the things you did and the gentleness of your touch. You had a talent for letting me know that you loved me even so much. And the impact that you had upon my life continues to this day still. I love you then, I love you now, and always, yes always, I will.
From your son-in-law, Ghatisingh, who simply says this mantra. Tvameva mata chalpita tvameva Tvameva bandhu chasaka tvameva Tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. The meaning of this mantra in English is, you truly are my mother, and you truly are my father. You truly are my relative, and you truly are my friend. You truly are my knowledge, and you are truly my wealth. You truly are my all, my God of gods. Ma, as I say goodbye, sometimes I wish you could come back, but I don't want you to suffer again. I know you are here with me, and I will always love and miss you with all my heart until we meet again. Thank you, everyone. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, everyone. I would just like to say for myself that in my life I have been blessed to meet many strong women, and although I was not related to Auntie Shirley, I was treated like a daughter. I was when I came here, you know, she said, Risa, my home is your home. She gave me a key. She said, this is yours. And it was love and respect. And I just want to say that I was blessed to have known her and to be part of this family. I mean, I've been around for a while. So it's been a truly emotional morning for all of us. And we are coming close to the end of our ceremony. I would like to ask everybody to come up and pay their final wishes, pay their final respects, sorry. We can use the flowers from the wreath to adorn her, because after this, Uncle Fareed will say the final rites of the janaza, and we will be closing the box. So I ask all of you all to come up and pay your final respects.
final rites for Shirley and call it janaza. And it will take place like this. I will start to read with a takbir, which is Allahu Akbar, and I read Shirley Fatiha. Then after that, I will say Allahu Akbar the second time, I will read the Dawood. After the Dawood, I will say Allahu Akbar the third time, and we read the final for it. And the fourth Dawood is the Salat. And I would like all of you guys to be standing and with the men in front and the ladies behind. Who would like to join? Welcome to come in front now. So we're going to read the janaza now. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.
اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم وأكرم نزلهم ووسع مدخلهم واغسلهم بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقهم من الذنوب والخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس وجازهم بالحسنات إحسانا وبالسيئات عفوا وغفرانا حتى يكونوا في بطون الألحاد مطمئنين وعند قيام الأشهاد آمنين وإلى أعلى جناتك سابقين اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم وأكرم نزلهم ووسع مدخلهم واغسلهم بالماء والثلج والبرد ونقهم من الذنوب والخطايا كما ينقى الثوب الأبيض من الدنس وجازهم بالحسنات إحسانا وبالسيئات عفوا وغفرانا حتى يكونوا في بطون الألحاد مطمئنين وعند قيام الأشهاد آمنين وإلى أعلى جناتك سابقين اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم